This is Dennis here in the garage. Today we have the Ram in the garage, the Ram 2500, and several months ago, almost a year ago, I Raptor lined the front and rear bumpers. And that was before I had my YouTube channel and anything like that, so I don't have any instructions on how to do it, but this video is going to be touching it up. My front bumper, I was in a rush and the prep probably wasn't perfect, so this video, we're gonna go through some steps on how to get it prepped, and we're gonna try to spray another coat on it and see how it looks. So anybody that has Raptor Line, stay tuned because I know that everybody gets some chips. Let's see how well we can get this to blend and look uniform again. All right, so follow along and see what we can do, all right? All right, everybody, here's the general texture. I shot this at 60 PSI, like I said, almost a year ago, and you can start seeing that in the little crack here, I think the prep wasn't all that great. The bumper turned out really, really good, but there's just some little imperfections all over it, and I think what I'm going to do, it's hard to pick up on camera, I think what I'm gonna do is clean it up and reshoot it and see what we can do. So there's a few little spots. I may find some more, but let's get the drill out, maybe a flap disc, and let's see what we can do here. All right, guys, I've got a ceramic flap disc, 40 grit, that I'm going through and hitting the spots that I've kind of found. And I thought to myself, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well go over the whole thing, find all the imperfections. As you can see, I've hit it all over here and here. And we're gonna tape it up and go from here. But I think the key to me is going to be the prep. So I over sanded, hit it with the flap disc to where I had like a little tiny nick right here. All right, let me show you up here. I had a little tiny nick right here, and once I started hitting it with the flap disc, it kind of started peeling back more and more. So I've got a whole liter to touch up the grill and the bumper. So why not go ahead and try to find every loose piece that we can and then shoot the whole thing rather than just try to spot it. We're going to try to blend these areas back in. So I think next step is going to be cleaning it. I'm just going to wash the whole bumper and grill with Blue Dawn, and then we'll get it in here, let it dry for a while, get any kind of water everywhere. You know, when you wash a car, water gets in these little spots, and then, you know, as you're moving around, it'll drip and have a drip come all the way down, and that will ruin the finish. This stuff does not like to have any water while it's trying to set. So I'm gonna wash it, let it sit for several hours, and then we'll come back and give it a shot. So stick with me, and we'll start shooting here in a little bit. We've got it washed. We're letting it dry. It's pretty dry. I can still feel a little moisture like down in the cracks everywhere. But I'm going to start with some blue painter's tape and just throw it on any surface I don't want to get oversprayed on. So if anybody has ever painted a car before, the prep and taping is 90% of your job. Spraying it just takes very, very little, but it's the taping and the prep that goes into it. So I'm just gonna throw some tape on here and try to keep it off all this other stuff as much as possible. If you haven't sprayed this before, it's not like paint. It doesn't blow everywhere or anything like that. So we'll tuck this in, that way we can get a nice crisp edge. I'll probably get a razor and cut all that off. But that should give us enough area to come through here with the gun. I'm gonna be lazy today. I normally would take all this stuff off, but I'm really not feeling it today. I'm tired, so I'm just gonna tape up the lights. Since all this is black in here anyways, if I get a little overspray in there, I'm not that worried about it. So we'll just make sure we got enough room for the coating to get in there, to get the gun in there and everything. And make sure we don't get on our lights. But you get the idea. I'm just gonna go through and tape everything up, and then we'll go back and shoot it. For anybody that doesn't know, Raptor liner is a two-part liner. It has the actual liner itself and then the hardener. So what you'll want to do is open the hardener, and like I said, I did this, so this is all my leftover stuff. I had a couple quarts left. So open this up, and there's a line right here, and the chemical that's in this bottle is actually down here. So you pour the hardener into this line, and then you shake it for several minutes. So we will eyeball this. Alright, snap this back on, put our lid back on, and then we shake. And we'll get to spraying here in a minute. Alright guys, this is called the Schultz gun, I think is what it is. It has a huge opening up top here, and this one's been used a couple times, and it's going to go in the trash after this procedure. But all you do is there's the pickup, sucks it up and blows it out the top. I've got my compressor, my little compressor, just set for, I went 80 PSI this time to smooth it out a little bit and see what happens. So here we go. Right here is when it starts going bad. I noticed the gun isn't spraying, and then the pickup tube breaks, and now I'm running around trying to make do with what I have, since I've already got the hardener already mixed in, and it is just a mess. It is getting all over everything, the floor. It is not spraying well. But I wanted to share this and show you guys that, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and you'll notice that the gun gets turned upside down, sideways, just trying to figure out how to get it to spray, and it was a complete and utter mess. So enjoy me running around trying to figure out how to make this work, and let's look at the end result. All right, well, you could see by the clip that I put in that didn't go very well. That's just part of it. I'm gonna put this video out, just one, so you can see what happens if you try to use a used gun. I ran paint thinner through that thing and cleaned it and everything else. And what happened is the tube that comes out of the spray gun itself had sheared off flush with the gun itself. So there was no way to use the pickup tube. So hopefully this comes out okay. And it definitely covered up the bare spots. But it looks like it can stick to itself and self-heal almost when you're spraying it. Mine probably isn't going to look as good as your guys's, because I know you guys are going to buy a new gun after watching this video. So we're going to get it untaped and just go from here. I mean, you can only move forward, right? So let's let it dry and untape and see what the end result is. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, we did it. We're a little messy, but suggest wearing gloves. After watching this video and doing it, I'm out of gloves. I should have waited and bought gloves. So I hope you guys all got a good idea of what it takes to touch it up, but I think we're back for the most part. We're still drying, so it's a little uneven, but for the most part, it's gonna work for now. Maybe when it warms up, we can reapply this or switch to a different bumper. You know, anything's possible at this point. But thanks for sticking with me. I hope you guys had a good time. You can't make it up. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, and look forward to doing another video with you guys. All right, have a good weekend.